we're showing the land owned by Bill Gates throughout the United States in a graphic here. It adds up to almost 270,000 acres.
Yep.
That's a lot of land.
It's not like Mr. Gates has necessarily embraced the values of our community, of our state, of rural America.
That was last month that we brought you the story of Bill Gates, sneakily buying up 2,100 acres of North Dakota farmland, and he did it under the cover of a trust. Now, it was the latest in what seems to be kind of a methodical and seemingly calculated push that has now made him the largest private landowner in the United States. So let's take a look at where he's made these purchases. And as I read, please keep in mind that the average farm size in the United States is 445 acres. So in Louisiana, he has 70,000 acres, 48,000 acres in Arkansas, 25,750 in Arizona, 20,500 in Nebraska, and more than 105,000 acres across 15 other states. Now, what's strange about this new purchase, though it coincides with another large purchase just 40 miles away that we told you about earlier this week. Fufang, which is a CCP-linked company, bought more than 300 acres of farmland in Grand Forks, North Dakota. That's just 20 minutes from a U.S. Air Force base. Now, of course, Bill Gates insists there's no connection between his land grab and China's in the same general region, but it's unclear to us exactly what Gates intends to do with all this land. As a result, one Republican lawmaker is now demanding answers. Congressman Dusty Johnson of South Dakota is asking the House Ag Committee to haul Gates in to testify immediately. And he joins me now. Congressman, thanks for joining us tonight. Has the chair responded to your request yet?
No, I haven't heard anything yet, and honestly, I don't expect that we will anytime soon. I get the sense from the Democrats in Congress that they are not anywhere near as concerned about the Chinese purchases and the purchases by Bill Gates as they should be.
Now, we know Bill Gates is into the kind of engineered meat alternative to beef and other livestock. He's discussed this at length. And there's a concern that, people want to pull agricultural land out of production. They're already doing it in Europe. And here's Gates last year, Congressman, boasting about this anti-beef crusade he's on. Watch.
Gates has invested in two companies making plant-based meat substitutes, but farming the vegetables used to make many meat alternatives emits gases as well. So Gates is also backing a company that's created an entirely new food source.
This company, Nature's Find, is using fungi, and then they turn them into sausage and yogurt. Pretty amazing.
Congressman, this is not what you want to hear from the country's biggest farm landowner. So fungi and I guess insects, is that what it's come to?
Well, he may say that it sounds pretty amazing. It sounds pretty disgusting to me. But listen, we can let the free market work. Maybe he's got a product that'll end up being great. I kind of doubt it is ever going to beat great American beef. But I think the problem is that he doesn't just want to serve the marketplace. He wants to impose values. Yes, Bill Gates has said that no American should be eating red meat. In fact, he said that in developed countries, nobody should be eating beef unless it's grown in a laboratory. He has an interest in imposing those kind of values. And the fact that he's snapping up all of this land makes me curious what in the world he's going to do with it. And is it related to that mission that he's got?
Well, he's obviously a big greeniac, climate change guy, and livestock produces methane gas. And so they're at war with the beef industry. We all know that. And Gates, by the way, took to Reddit to explain the land grab, claiming that it's not connected to climate. The agriculture sector is important. With more productive seeds, we can avoid deforestation and help Africa deal with the climate difficulty they already face. Is this about seeds now, Congressman?
Well, listen, maybe it is, but that's why it's important to get Bill Gates in front of Congress. He's a smart guy. He's not going to be scared of answering some of these tough questions. What we know is that 270,000 acres of farmland, you could grow 50 million bushels of corn there. You could feed thousands upon thousands of cattle. If he were to make a decision one day that he didn't want to run cattle on that land, and if we were to see a drastic drop in the herd size in this country, that could have a marked and significant impact on the price of beef in this country and elsewhere. If we're going to have somebody with that kind of power over the marketplace, Congress would not be doing its job if we didn't ask some difficult questions.
Well, if we don't have a problem with the CCP buying up this land, I mean, of course, Congress is, except for you and a few others, not going to have a problem with Gates doing. But, Congressman, we really appreciate it. We'll be following this story. And when